Hello everyone, I'm RecV5,
And I am Sandman99.
and welcome back to Madden NFL 2005.
Yes, the Magicians, week 16 or 17.
Ooh.
Yeah, and our last opponent is the Seattle Pigeons.
Oh god.
So,
Watch them.
soft defense and pass-happy offense.
Watch, they'll rack up 40 points on us.
Maybe, I don't know. But anyway, before we start, how'd you like to see a little bit of classic RecV5X style pass defense?
Sure.
All right. What we're looking at here is a new look that I've been working on to add to the monster defense. In this defensive playbook, I call the new 82.
Okay.
And if you move the circle over the safety in the middle behind the referee, the reason I call this system the 82 is because back a few seasons ago when Danny Jones was playing free safety,
Yep.
this is the position that he played in a defensive scheme that was based on the quarter three deep.
Okay.
So anyway, if you look at this though, I've modified the formation obviously. So I play with three deep safeties, but I also have 6 guys in the box.
Yep.
And the corners play down near the line of scrimmage as well.
Instead of playing off, yeah.
Yeah. So it's not too bad against the run. It's not as good as some of my 5-man line schemes, obviously, but it's more of a pass defense.
Yeah.
And if you look at the defensive line alignment here, what I've done is basically I moved the left defensive end in so that he lines up. Normally, he actually would line up closer to number 94 there.
Yep.
In the middle, like if you scroll to the side there.
Okay.
Normally he'd line up where you got the circle there, but I've discovered that if I manually move him over one spot, then I can get an effect like this. And if you watch here, I actually engage the guard,
Yep.
and the tackle actually moves out to pick up Lewis there. And look at this big gaping hole that Cross runs through. Okay. And of course the quarterback rushes the pass away, but if you zoom back out and look at a distance, well, I'm playing a 3 short zone, 4 deep zone here, right?
Yep.
Which is what allows him to be able to hot potato this pass out of here to begin with before he can get sacked.
Yep.
But pay particular attention to the free safety up here because he sees this pass coming.
And he's number 43.
And he's number 43, and just watch what happens when this guy tries to catch this ball. Just, here it comes.
Pass defense.
He didn't just feed him one elbow, he gave him both at the same time, right?
Perfect. Perfect pass defense. Let's
Yep.
see that one more time. I love that.
Yeah. And of course, he is, patterned after me physically, although his proportions may be a little bit slightly idealized.
Yeah, you're a bit of an ape, but he's a fucking gorilla, so, you know.
Well, I mean, his height and weight statistically are about the same as mine, but of course his proportions are a little bit more top heavy and a little bit less around the middle, right?
Yeah, of course. I love that.
But
That's
anyway,
how all pass defense should be.
But anyway, basically, if I'd have been playing like a 3 deep zone with a hook zone in that area, that pass probably would have been an interception if the quarterback had thrown it at all, right?
Yeah. But that's alright. You had number 43 playing back there. This is actually the kind of effect I'm trying to get by putting linebackers back here all the time.
Yeah. Well,
Because
and
I'm trying to get this.
Actually, you do get that quite a bit because Carswell and Nipper are both extremely physical players at safety, right?
Yeah, they both have very high tackling ratings for safeties.
Yeah, well, and they're also bigger than the typical safety, too. They're linebackers, right?
Yeah.
That have been basically converted to play safety. So they're all linebacker sized, which means that on average, they're 20 to 30 pounds heavier than a typical safety, right?
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, and if you saw how he rushed this pass out, I mean, this receiver is only like 5 yards past the line of scrimmage when the quarterback throws the ball too, right? You know, like it's ridiculous how early this pass is thrown.
Yeah, you can't really tell what route this is.
Yeah, like right here, he's throwing the ball. He's like 6 yards, 7 yards downfield.
Well, the throwing animation starts right here.
Yeah.
Right, so that's 6 yards.
So this is what we refer to as a hot potato pass.
Yep.
And you know what?
Psychic receiver will catch this all day long.
The psychic receiver will turn around just at the right moment, except for the truck bearing down on him from behind. And this is more or less a defenseless receiver scenario, right?
Yeah, well, you know what? Who gives a shit? That was a pussy rule anyway.
Yeah.
Boom! This is what this motherfucker deserves.
But anyway, it's very satisfying to see the hot potato pass thing foiled.
Yep. And then they all walk off the field. Number 29 comes up and says, "Good job, man."
You know what? Look at all the defenders that are in the immediate area too, right? Like there's 4 defenders that were within 2 yards of this guy by the time he caught that pass, right?
Yeah, it's almost a team meeting there.
Yeah. So, that's why the hot potato passes at times can be so frustrating, though. And that's why I tend to mix up my zone coverages a lot.
Yep.
Because what I'm trying to do is place a defender in the path of that type of pass, so that if the quarterback does try to force a quick pass like
he'll
that,
hit him in the hands.
A prematurely thrown pass, then hopefully he'll hit a defender who's standing in the path of the ball, right?
Yep.
But anyway, we'll pause for a moment while we have one more replay here, and another quick look at my new defensive system, which I guess in the next Crusaders game that we record, I'll give it a try.
All right. And we're back.
Yes, and this is the other look. The previous formation that we were looking at was a 3-3-5 nickel.
Yep.
And this is actually a 2-2-7 quarter.
Okay.
Defense. So there's 2 down linemen, 2 linebackers, which you can see standing upright on the line of scrimmage. So essentially, even though it's a quarter defense, I've still got 4 guys on the line of scrimmage.
Yep.
And of course, usually I only put this out here when I'm completely and totally expecting a pass, right?
Yeah, well, they have 4 wide receivers on the line, so.
Yep. Yeah, and three of them on one side. And so anyway, I still bring. I believe this is a 3-man rush, and I'm not sure what Triplet's doing there. I think I had to make an adjustment.
Which is why he ended up back there.
And he's still moving into position when they snap the ball, right?
Yeah.
But anyway, what I want to do is pay particular attention to Roman George, who is the defensive tackle in the middle here.
Yep.
In this formation. And Roman George is a player that I drafted with the Spitfires about year 7 or something in this franchise.
He has the acceleration of a 400-pound sumo wrestler.
Yes, and he is actually the best defensive lineman in every way that I have ever had on any team that I've ever played with.
Yep.
Like of all the cupcake teams, I have never, ever had the incredible luck to be able to draft a player like this before or since.
Yeah, because he has 99 acceleration.
99 acceleration, 95 strength.
Wow.
And pretty decent
agility and speed.
And his speed is low 50s, which is not really that much of a liability when you're talking a defensive tackle. Right.
And also not much of a liability when you have 99 acceleration.
Because this guy, when you or I pass rush with a defensive tackle, you're not playing as a finesse player. You're trying to overpower the guy in front of you, basically, right? And that's what Roman George is really, really good at. His extreme acceleration gets him in the face of an offensive lineman almost instantly as soon as the ball is snapped. And then his strength, he is actually stronger than most offensive linemen that he has to play against.
Yeah, we can even see that too, right? Because you can see how he launches off.
Yeah.
And even though that's a linebacker in front of him who's basically...
Yeah, he actually manages to engage his guy even slightly before Cross there, who is a superstar linebacker and also an NFL icon.
Yep.
And probably one of the best linebackers I've ever had on a team. Right. But anyway, if you want to watch this and continue it through, here comes Roman George, and he just shoves that guard backward and pushes him out of the way, and then picks up the sack.
Nice.
Just like that. And, basically that is the sole function. You can see Lewis there get cut blocked by the halfback, right?
Yep.
But when you're bringing a 3-man rush, having a guy with 99 acceleration
And dominant in the middle.
and dominant strength like that is a huge plus. That makes the 3-man rush far more successful than it normally would be.
Yeah, you even managed to push that guy back before the double team block was able to engage.
That's right. That's because he gets in there and he engages his blocker so quickly, right? And so anyway, you'd think that there would be a hot potato pass available here, but usually I do have zone defenses, and it looks like I'm playing a zone defense of some sort here.
Well, it looks like he's going here, but this guy is running around the front so that he can get in front of it.
Yeah.
How that looks. So that pass wouldn't have been completed anyways, even if he'd have gotten it off.
No, well, actually, this almost looks like, well, I do play a 4-deep zone out of this formation. I also play a 1 man-to-man with 4 deep zones, right? Like one of the corners will play man coverage.
Yep.
And then the 3 safeties in the other corner will all play deep zones. And then, and when I play that way, I'll often play 3 short zones, 2 flats and 1 guy in the middle. And that's basically what 93 there was doing, is he's playing the short zone in the middle, right?
Yep. I just love what this offensive lineman does when he figures out that he has no way to block.
Yeah.
We'll call him Clint.
Yeah, what's he doing? He's just going upfield there, right?
Yeah, actually,
Yeah.
I think he even, well, he doesn't quite get 5 yards downfield. He gets like 4.5 yards downfield.
Yeah, it's like he sees Hayward there dropping off in the zone and going, hey, maybe I'm supposed to block that guy.
Yeah, well, he wants to block this guy by the looks of it. That's who he's looking at.
Yeah.
And then he changes targets. Where does he end up looking after that? He is, looking at the safety.
Yeah, well, there's a safety playing a deep zone there. The middle safety's playing the deep zone. What's the other 2 guys on the right? It looks like, yeah, the corner is playing it. This is that defensive system I was telling you about. The cornerback on the left side there, like the right cornerback, I think was playing a man coverage. And then the other 3 guys were playing a deep zone. And the reason that you see the strong safety tilting toward the right-hand side of the screen is because I shade the 4 deep zone coverage to the side that's opposite of where the man coverage man is, right?
Yep.
Because the man coverage man plus the free safety there will provide double coverage on a receiver trying to run deep down the left side.
Yeah, and you get kind of the same effect. It's almost like a 5 deep zone kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. And the 2 deep zone guys that are their zones overlap on the other side, well, they get a similar double coverage kind of situation on any receiver that attempts to run a deep route there.
Yep.
Right. So it's basically a form of prevent defense.
But yeah, I think he was trying to throw that short drag over the middle, and
Could be, but the short zone guy kind of spoiled that, right?
yeah, well, I mean, it looked like he was going to try to force it in there anyways, because he's cocking his arm there. But I don't think it would have ended well. I don't know if, Hayward here probably can't catch, but...
No, but he is a 300-pound lineman, so if that receiver there does catch that ball, or try to, then he's definitely not going anywhere after he catches that.
It looks like he's wrapping around the front and trying to cut him off here like this.
Yeah.
Right, that's what it looks like. You can see the motion he makes?
Yeah.
So I think he was going to cut him off, and then he sees him get sacked, and...
He was reacting to
the attempted throw.
Attempted throw, yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's what my new defensive scheme that I have added to the monster defense looks like. I've taken out a couple of other ones that were sort of redundant because the existing older 3-3-5 system that I had kind of did the same thing as a couple of the other things I had.
Yep.
But this, with the 3 deep safeties, gives me the ability to, if I decide to play off on a cushion, because I really want to prevent a deep pass, well, those guys start off standing 25 yards off the line of scrimmage. And if you have a 3 deep zone with those guys standing that deep, nothing's getting by them. Right?
Yep.
So when there's 5 seconds left in the half and they're trying to throw a long bomb from their own 30-yard line, well, it's just not going to go.
Yep.
But anyway, I guess we might as well get to the game now.
Indeed. And we're back.
Yes, with week 17. And here we go. So we've had a much more successful season than I expected at this point. We might actually get a tough game from the Pigeons because it looks like maybe their season's on the line here. Right? At 8-7, if they win this game, they could still maybe make the playoffs as a wild card team or something.
Yeah, they might give us a better match than the fucking all Madden teams we faced.
Yeah, maybe. But when we look at them, though, their defense is not much better than ours, but they do have a fairly high-powered offense, although you have faced tougher before. The one thing you'll have to be aware of is remember that they have that fast halfback.
Yeah.
And that flare pass that turns up the sideline.
That's annoying.
I remember it was the Pigeons that actually burned you with that once too, right? Whoops. Because what is that guy's name? Benny Smith or something?
Well, maybe he's out for the rest of the season with a spinal fracture. One can hope.
Yeah. Well, anyway.
I've got my double root beers here now.
Yeah.
These like zero sugar root beers.
A&W zero sugar root beers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to keep my caffeine intake at a normal level, and so whenever I'm getting a little too caffeinated, I just start to drink these root beers because they don't got caffeine in them.
Well, I am drinking my tasty root beer flavored carbonated water.
Fuck. You love that stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty much when I'm not drinking coffee, I drink this. And so here we go. Benny Smith, that's his name, because I saw him as a player to watch on the team. So in spite of your hopes, it looks like
maybe he's recovering from an injury.
It looks like we're playing in a dome, so it really doesn't matter which way we choose to defend here.
Yeah, the wind is taken out of the game.
Yep, there is no wind conditions today. Well, since they have a little weaker offense, maybe I'll try the wishbone audibles that send more receivers out into the pattern. Like against tougher defenses, I'll play the 3-receiver max protect. But against a weaker defense like this, maybe I can get away with that because it does give me some more passing options, especially that A receiver that's a swing pass to one of the fullbacks there.
Yep.
That actually can gain some good yards against the right type of defense. So they have that menace of a halfback, and I think they might also have a couple of speedy wide receivers too.
They do, yeah. Well, what can you do?
Guard your flats and keep your safeties off.
Or guard your flats and press the shit out of everybody.
Yeah. Well, it looks like they're starting quarterbacks out. That's good news.
Yeah, that's fantastic news.
Maybe that's why their offense is actually slid below 90, because I think that their offense is normally rated over 90, right?
Yeah.
But if they're playing with a backup quarterback, you just might see these guys run a little bit more than you're used to. Because these guys usually pass like 5 times for every one running play, right? Hey, looks like the Zombies finished 13-3.
Wow.
Well, we beat them twice.
Yeah, but then they lost to someone else.
Yeah, I think they lost to the Tigers, actually.
Good distance.
Well, that's just about as far and as well as I can kick it.
To the 20.
Yeah, it's funny, but the zombies really are a middle echelon kind of all Madden team.
Yeah, they're not the top of the pile like the Tigers or the Desperados.
They're not the weakest like the bad men.
Yeah.
The quarterback lines up with 2 backs behind him. What a stiff one.
Yeah, just keep stringing them sideways until you can get someone to catch up to him, eh?
Pretty much.
Amazing, though, that he turned that looked like nothing into 3 yards, right?
Well, he did stiff arm a defensive lineman in that, too.
Yeah. Yeah, well, he is a powerful, like a power runner, right? Who also happens to be pretty speedy.
I think our flat zone guy bit on the play fake.
Probably, yeah.
The home team come into today's game with one of the most potent offenses in the NFL, John, and clearly
They're like, oh man, we can't give up another 3-yard run.
Work cut out for it, but they have to play aggressively and keep pressure on the quarterback if they want to come away with a win in this one.
Ooh, well,
it's okay. I totally would have hit him if he hadn't thrown that away.
Yeah, you were on your way.
Before he wanted to.
Butler with a man in motion.
Yes, that questionable quarterback actually might be a factor in your favor, right?
Number 51.
Just look at the replay of this for a second, because I wanted to point something out that I noticed the last game. And that is that you watch the 2 linebackers who are lined up out wide on either side. And what I noticed is on a run play, the offensive line and the offensive blockers tend to ignore those 2 wide guys.
Oh, wow.
Right? You see how he got ignored, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, the other guy's coming on a blitz, but basically, you know, like they got ignored, right? The tight end ran right by him, and he's far enough outside that the tackle's not even going to see him, right?
Yeah, that's really weird. I never even noticed that before.
I think that just might be a key to how successful your run defense is, though.
Yeah, when they let the linebackers in the backfield.
Because those outside linebackers do have enough quickness to move in and cut off runs that are trying to go up the middle, too, right?
Closing in, throws it.
Oh.
Seymour makes the tackle.
Throws the pass into double coverage and it works.
Yeah.
This is a great call on 3rd down to keep.
It was a great call on 3rd down. Great call. They were in a tough spot. You just don't understand.
Uh-huh.
He made that 200 IQ read.
The motion man.
I don't know whether that would be a 200 IQ read, but see that? That's that outside guy coming in and making the tackle there again, right?
Well, you observed my formations a lot more than I did. I mostly just looked at it and just like, is it stopping the run? Is it not stopping the run? Is it good for pass rushing and pass defense? That's pretty much how I evaluated it.
Well, the thing is, though, I have the luxury of being able to sit back here and watch the whole width of the field while you're playing, right?
That's true, yeah.
Whereas you're focusing on carrying out your own assignment, right?
Yep.
Pass play to the right. Number 57 pulls him down.
Yeah, let's see how that one looked.
It was the outside guy again. You see that?
Yeah, he was just on the rear side pursuit. That's why you don't give up.
Well, he's not being blocked though either, right? He didn't encounter a blocker on that play. The blocking basically moved upfield right by him, right?
Bartley is back to punt.
And the thing is, if you contain the run to the side that it's going to, and they don't block that guy, well, then that run's not going to go anywhere, because even if he manages to reverse his field and start going the other way, that guy's going to be there waiting for him, right?
You know what that tells me, though? That tells me that dime flat would also be fantastic against the run in that way. Because they'd probably, the dime backs are standing in about the same position, so...
Well, I suspect if you're having success running the ball a lot, that
they probably don't come out in dime flat, but
no, I think, look at that, see that?
Wow.
And he slips out of bounds.
See, this is why, like, everybody goes out into the pattern, right? Everybody. And I'm throwing this to the side. I can actually connect on this pass too sometimes, right?
Yep.
But the reason I threw to him, obviously, is because
he's wide open.
I'm looking there and there's nobody covering him, so all I need to do is just dump it out to him.
Yeah, your fullback leaked out of the coverage.
Yeah, but he's also coming from the opposite side, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I can watch in the middle here, and if I don't see somebody lined up from him, well, that's where I'm going to look first.
Yeah, especially if there's nobody following him across.
Well, because usually if there's going to be somebody following him across, they're going to line up right across from him, right?
First and 10.
It just gives them something else to think about, and it gives me something else to do besides throwing that out or the flat pass all the time, right?
Or the deep corner. Or the curls play.
And another thing is when you've got Johnson running the in there,
on the move.
I mean, I've got to throw the out this time because he's again wide open, right? But when you watch this though, right? This guy's running kind of like a circle route across here.
Yep.
And then he runs a swing route across. So, like really, again, there's nobody following him. That guy stays in the middle to try and cover that. So I could have thrown that same pass to him again, right?
Except this time you had Shields out there, and he's a bit better receiver.
Yeah.
Although both of the fullbacks on this team are decently good at catching passes.
Yeah, they both caught their share this season.
Which is, yeah, well, you've got some fullbacks that are nearing 1,000 yards receiving now. Oddly enough. Receiving fullback is a key position on this team.
Yeah. Sometimes it's about all I've got.
You might even think about drafting some tight ends next year and converting them to fullback.
Well, I'm actually going to have to. You will actually probably have to draft a tight end next season to play tight end because you've got that old guy that always retires.
Yeah, and he always retires no matter what you offer him too. It's like a scripted retirement.
Yeah, exactly. Just like the one strong safety, the older strong safety. After year one on the cupcake teams,
no matter how good of a season he has,
yeah, always retires, right?
He finds his man. Knight takes him down.
It's like, man, can't I just offer you $8 million to stay on the team? And he's like, no, I feel like retiring.
Well, I don't know if he's an $8 million a year player.
No, obviously not, but he'll still retire anyways.
Yeah.
He sees something in the defense. Gaffney sends a man in motion.
I can't run the stretch like you, but maybe I can run this off tackle.
Yeah, probably.
Hand it off. The back breaks free.
Oh, but we're a little late on the block there, buddy, but okay.
Take a taxi back to the stadium.
And that was a gain of 7. They'll have to get to the 12 to convert.
Okay.
Dropping back with the throw. He hits his receiver. Gilbert.
Short curl Collins.
Yep.
7. Gaffney doing an excellent job on this drive.
Things are really slowing down for him right now. He's seeing the coverage and finding the open man with ease. He's really in some kind of rhythm out there.
Shields moves in motion. Drops back. Lobs one into the end zone.
Dropped it.
Good job getting there.
I had to hurry that a little bit, though, because I had a blitzer coming there, right?
Yeah, well, you're probably lucky that play went the way it did, taking a hit like that, too.
8th play of this drive.
At least nothing catastrophic happened on that play. It was just an incomplete pass and nothing more.
Far, the motion man.
Oh, they shifted the safeties and shifted the linebackers.
Throws on the move. Right on the money.
That's okay. That's wide receiver number 1 who happened to line up in that position there. So
they go over this play all the time. They use it a few times in just about every game.
yeah, that was not a terribly difficult drive. These guys, their defense isn't very good.
Cook comes in to attempt the point after.
I suspect that their quarterback injury is probably a relatively recent thing.
Yeah, and it's probably catastrophic for them.
Because otherwise I don't think they would have won 8 games by this point. Not with what they've shown us so far in this game, anyway.
Decent kick. We should have a return.
But yeah, I would say that having that starting quarterback injured was probably catastrophic for these guys in their offense. Especially because normally they pass so much, right?
It's 1st and 10. They'll play things tighter on the outside. Smith. Play action with the throw. Drops down and makes the catch. Butler.
Well, I mean, that kind of thing is always challengeable, but I'm not going to bother this early in the game.
No, it's not a critical play.
Franks goes in motion. Steps up. Hits the pass off.
The inside guy shot the gap that time, but he still managed to hot potato it out of there.
Finding a single coverage in the secondary.
Yeah, sometimes you get odd trades on that side, and sometimes it works out and sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah, well, thing is, though, you got the pressure there, and really I don't know why that pass was completed, because it was heavily contested, right?
Hand it off. Number 57 records the stop at the 45-yard line.
That was the outside guy again.
A little over 40 to go.
It's always the outside guy.
Yeah,
huh?
those outside linebackers, if you come up against a team that wants to run the ball a lot, those outside linebackers are going to get a lot of tackles.
Back behind him. We'll get the call again. Number 51 makes the tackle at the 48-yard line.
Hey, look, it was the outside
It was
guy.
the outside guy, yeah.
Yeah, wow. Okay. You just wanted to see who the fuck was getting all these tackles. That's what it was.
Well, no, it's just interesting to look at because it's an observation that I've made, and it actually, that observation is something that made me change the way that I play defense too, right? The way that I draw my defenses, because, you know, even though I make more use of defensive linemen, you know, than you do, because you're a linebacker-based philosophy, I guess you could say, right?
Yeah, well, this was a characteristic that I didn't even recognize.
Well, what I noticed is that a lot of times you'd see, for example, with the Crusaders, 2 offensive linemen will split and run around either side of Ben French and leave him standing there unblocked at the line of scrimmage, right?
Yeah.
You know, when the run comes through. And how many times have you seen that happen? And I get curious when I see things like that happen a lot.
And so you want to figure out why they happen.
Yeah, because if it's something that happens and I know why it happens, then I can use it to my advantage.
So they're inside the 20. Need to get a touchdown. Dropping back, pressure coming.
There, you managed to do the little twist there again, eh?
Yeah, that time I actually ended up stunting around him. I don't know, weird things happen with the pass rush on that side.
Yeah.
It was not like I was trying to do that, I was just trying to engage my guy.
Carpenter setting up play action.
Oh, well, somebody got a hand in there and knocked it away.
Yep. Good thing, too, because it looked like the deep zone guy there bit on the play fake.
Yeah.
I think that was the man coverage guy sticking with him. Because somebody stayed at the line of scrimmage like way too fucking long there. Somebody is not in the position that they're supposed to be.
Oh, you know why the deep zone guy stayed more in the middle? It's because they had that slot receiver running there, and he saw the slot receiver coming, right?
Yeah, maybe.
And the slot receiver actually entered his zone first.
The kick sails through. It's good.
Well, in any case, that's why we've been pressing the shit out of them on press coverage.
Will be kicking off.
And if we get touchdowns and they get field goals, then we'll win this handily.
From the 5-yard line to the 20.
Yeah, that was a decent return.
Well, it's about as good as you're going to get out of that guy.
Basically through their passing game. 1st and 10.
Well, and in this game, of all things.
Well,
Looking to run it here. Tucker brings him down at the 29. So a gain of about
whoa, generous. I got a yard.
and they need about 9. Gaffney sends a man in motion.
Okay, I like that look.
With the throw, he hits his receiver. Rich records the stop at the 39.
That's the guy that's going to retire after this season.
Yep. No matter how good he does.
Yeah.
Well, he's been
had
doing reasonably good.
Yeah, he's had a decent season. He probably has about between 250 and 300 yards receiving.
And he catches most of the things
Which is certainly not bad for a player who is not a featured player in the offense, right?
And for a guy that's 33 years old.
Johnson. Parker hammers him at the 39-yard line. Defense looking for the run, and the runner just about got back to the line of scrimmage.
There was no possibility of
Well,
going
that's it
up
for the
the
first
middle and
quarter.
picking up anything.
We've reached the end of the first quarter, and the score is 7-3. The teams as what sides. And we'll
Okay,
start
well, I'm
the
going to
second
go with
quarter.
this play again
Down
here.
10 to go.
And we'll just see what these guys do.
The home team.
Okay.
Come out of the nickel package, directing traffic.
Yeah, let's try this.
Johnson comes in motion. On the run, on the money.
Hey, you got a little bit of run after the catch there. That might be a first down.
50-yard
Yep.
line. Great throw on the move, John.
I'll tell you, he might be even more dangerous on the run than he is when he stands back there in the pocket.
5th play of this drive. Ball at midfield.
See how they got those linebackers sitting in those gaps like that?
Yep. Basically means no running.
Oh, look at that. They actually picked him up, though.
Number 94.
That's rare.
At
Yep.
48. The defense that
I never
has
trust that to happen. That never happens.
They need to keep
Not
using
very
this guy.
often, no.
He can get into that groove and be able to make the big run. in the
Although, to be
second
fair,
half.
though, you know, you only got 2 yards there.
8 yards.
Yeah.
And it's because of those players standing in those positions. It's probably
Yeah,
mostly
well,
just their very
basically-
weak defense, right?
Yeah, basically they ate up the blocks, but they weren't actually able to get penetration into the backfield like they do sometimes, right?
Throws it, and he makes the grab. Tucker.
And what's that? That's a variant of the curls play, basically. It just shows them a different look before I do it, right?
Yep. Well, hey, those different looks would mean a lot against a human opponent.
They need about 3. Johnson.
We maybe get away with being a little bit more repetitive than we would otherwise because the AI doesn't really care about what look you give them so much.
With the pass, and he hits his target.
Although they do kind of script that in a little. So, like, for example, if I'm playing my 2-4 nickel here, and I'm playing that a whole bunch, and we're having a lot of success with that throughout the season, then there will be games that I've noticed throughout this season where suddenly that will just stop working, even though it's been working all season long.
Yeah.
And then I have to go to the 3-3-5, and then I shut them down in the 3-3-5. It's like, well, but I play the same coverage scheme. Right, I'm always covering the flats. I always do a mixed man zone. That's a touchdown.
That's a touchdown.
Just an incredible pass.
Well, what I notice too is if you're too repetitive about the calls that you make on offense,
It's like they read the plays that you call.
then eventually they'll start to react to it, right? Like if you run the same run play 2 or 3 times in a row, well, you know, the second time will be a little bit less successful than the first time, and the third time,
Yeah,
they'll
that's
probably-
why I have like 5 different formations I can run the stretch run out of.
Yeah, exactly.
And a couple of different handoffs for it too.
Because technically those are different run plays.
That's
then,
right. That's right.
Yeah.
Are lined up for the kickoff.
Yeah, you might notice that when I start to get runs for a loss, I switch from the single back big stretch run to the single back big twin tight ends, twin wide receivers counter run.
Yep.
Nice distance.
Although the counter run is actually more dangerous because if they're dumb enough to shift away from the tight end side,
Yeah.
they're dead.
Yeah, that makes big yards if you can get it around that side.
Their own 27. The quarterback gets set with only one back behind him. Hand it off to the back.
My gap.
With the stop at the
How about that?
29-yard
It wasn't an outside guy that got the tackle for a change.
This is a tough physical team that likes to run the
Well,
ball
see,
and
instead of
back
trying to
any
bull my
situation.
guy over, I'm always trying to rip towards where I think is the weak point in the run defense.
Yeah.
So I'm always trying to rip towards the inside in this formation. That's my assignment. It's not just eat up the block, it's rip to the inside. Rip or roll or whatever I can do to get inside.
at the 31-yard line. And they went with the
See,
run.
and here it was an inside guy too, like a safety. And it seems like if they block the outside guys, the wide guys, then they can't pick up everybody coming from the outside or inside, right?
Well, that was a hell of a hot potato.
Yeah, and then they just added 15 onto
Yeah,
that.
they move across midfield now, huh? What are the odds?
Can really kill a team. Usually the team with the fewest mistakes out there will win the game.
That's funny, but with all these penalties that we take, we are still always the least penalized team in the league, right?
It's because when they use sim games, they take way more penalties for some reason.
Yeah. Oh, that was a good move by the linebacker there, but unfortunately it took him just a little too long.
They're trying to get the fullback involved in the passing game.
And he's one of those guys who's a pretty good safety veteran. He's got soft hands, and more importantly, he knows what to do with it when he gets it.
Fifth play of this drive, inside enemy territory.
Well, even with their backup quarterback, they're still able to move the ball on you a little. There.
Good play in the backfield. They just blanketed the receivers downfield.
Freeborg makes his presence
Throw it
known.
underneath. Throw
Yeah,
it
now we
out.
just got to back him up another
Can't
5
get
yards.
and lose yardage like that.
The backs are lined up in an eye.
Okay.
Okay, let's see if we can try for another 5.
Yeah, they did a good job of getting upfield and taking them down.
Yeah, back-to-back sacks. Wow. I think you're going to see a running back in blocking this time. Nope.
Pressure slings it to the outside.
They're not going to get anything on
They
it,
tried
though.
to throw a screen, and that didn't work very well either. They lost yards on 3 plays in a row.
And that is how you prevent field goals.
Yeah.
See, they're right around my 40-yard line again.
Yeah, well, they stepped on the wrong side of the no trespassing line, right?
That's right.
Yeah, they should read that sign that says no trespassing.
Here's the punt. He's waving for the fair
Well, I'd say he probably overkicked that one a little.
I don't think he even really tried to keep that one in.
Don't think so?
No. He just kicked it straight into the touchback area.
See, the one thing that I do suffer from a little bit having such a slow halfback in this team is that it does take away some of the plays that I can run.
At the 30. Gain of 10.
You know, particularly out of the single back. Like, I can't really have much success running to the outside, right?
Although you do get around the tackle all right.
Yeah.
You just don't get those sweeps.
Yeah, I can't get those sweeps or, stretch runs with any amount of success because of the lack of speed that I have at halfback.
Yeah, I imagine I'd probably run the stretch probably a lot more like an outside tackle run.
You know, Johnny always seems to be in perfect position.
I can't believe that. Okay, well, fuck you guys, man.
He's got the experience to diagnose plays very quickly.
Third and maybe
Stuffed me
one.
on second and inches. Like, come on.
Throws it, and he hits it.
There.
Oh, okay.
Well, at least it went out of bounds after he lost it. Man, oh man.
Yeah, that'll still count as a fumble in the statistics, but it's just going to come right back to you here. They might reset the drive length after that. Basically deduct 3 plays and a couple of seconds off the drive length, because this will technically count as a new drive now.
Yeah, I suppose, eh?
He hands it off.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
down behind the line for a short loss.
Yeah, by the time you make contact with those ripping guys, you can't get off them either. That's part of the reason why I do it. Eh?
Yeah.
He always seems to be in position, he uses his hands well, and he has those long arms. That really helps him shed blockers.
Okay, what do we got here? Some kind of a zone defense?
Throwing on the run. Straight to him. Big pop that time.
Boom! Now that is big-time football.
Williams gets the
Okay,
reception.
that didn't work too
7-yard
bad.
gain to the third down now up top. Fifth play of this drive. 5 yards to go.
Let's see if they change things up. Oh, shit, that's far.
They come out of the nickel.
Okay, we'll get out of that. Maybe we can throw it to Trailer
That's a bad idea. Throw it to Williams.
or Williams.
Throws it. Loses.
Oh, look at Williams break a tackle.
48-yard line.
Yeah, Trailer's catching rating, I think, went up and is now like 53.
Yeah.
Phil Farr's catching rating went down and is now like 49.
So they have first and 10 here.
Yeah, somehow I don't think Phil's going to be on the team next year.
Nope. Although we'll probably replace him with a halfback.
Yeah, but even if you replace him with a halfback, you're probably still going to have a guy who's better at catching out there.
Fullback handoff.
Probably.
I mean, really, a wide receiver has one job, right?
Line of scrimmage for a loss.
And he can't even do that, yeah.
And he can't do that.
Well, and his strength rating is like 32, and he can't run block, and he has an agility of like 50, and an acceleration of like 60, and a speed of like 60.
Yeah,
He's
well,
literally out there because you needed one more guy on the team.
yeah, pretty much.
And who the fuck is he? He's probably like some guy like from around the block or something. And the paycheck that he gets, as low as it might be, is more than he's ever been paid in his whole life. Which is why he's on the team.
Gets rid of it.
Wow, that guy was like almost anticipating that, eh?
Yep.
May have tried to put a little too much.
That's a little bit phony baloney, but okay.
Eighth play of this drive. Here are the numbers when it comes to third down conversions.
Third down conversions is a keeper stat. When you convert on third down, you keep three things. You keep your drive going, you keep their defense on the field, and you keep your defense resting on the sideline.
Surveying the field. Gets the pass off. Rick
Kind of
with
figured
the
there'd be a big hole in the defense there.
And there
This is
was.
one heck of a play. Look out. We're in a hole here on third down. And they come through with this perfect play that gets them a first and keeps the drive going.
Gaffney sends a man in motion. They give it to the halfback.
I learned that from you.
At the 30.
When that linebacker lines up in that
Yep.
bad spot, right? And he's in the other bad spot. So I've seen you do this before, where you, instead of moving this tight end out this way, you'll move him this way, just to plug that hole in anticipation that linebacker will try and shoot through that gap.
That's right, because
And sure
that
enough-
point in the line is going to fucking part like the Red Sea, right?
Yeah, and sure enough, he was trying to in fact go inside, right?
And this is the
So
10th
yeah,
play of this
that's a
drive.
little trick that I picked up from you.
Johnson in motion. Looking for a receiver on the move. He's in the
Nice.
Rick
Yeah,
is
well, I
the
saw
guy.
that there was a guy covering the tight end on the other side, right? Heading for the flat, so I figured that
11th play of this drive. In field goal
I would
range.
go in the other direction instead. Okay, well, we need to run this clock down to the 2-minute warning, so we'll run this play anyways.
Again with the carry.
Look at that. I can't even make progress running straight ahead.
Strongest run defense in the league. Must be.
Second and 9. Gaffney sends a man in motion.
Well, I'm going to try this.
Hand off to the tailback.
Oh, look at that. Oh, look at this.
Oh. Wow.
Great rushing touchdown there.
What this is, though, you don't do this, right, from the single back big, because that's basically what this is. It's a single back big. You see the hop step, though?
Yep.
And then it's the sprint, right? Like it's the hop step sprint. And it does seem to change the way that he approaches the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, he takes a much more direct route there.
Yeah.
And then you expect your guy to run his trap block there.
Yeah, and he actually did that. That guard made a really good play, right? And that's actually what made this touchdown possible.
Back to the game.
But when you look at the way the rest of the defense reacted, because they read, like where the halfback takes the handoff and the direction he seems to be going in, they all took a step to the inside too, right?
The kick is up, and he tacks on the extra point. Now they've put it together offensively with 14 unanswered points.
They can do this sort of thing.
Well, Johnson's going to have at least 14 yards rushing in this game anyway, unless he loses a bunch of yards later.
Good kick, should be returnable. From the 7 to the 20. The home team will start the drive from 22. So we have first and 10 here.
All right.
Well, so far I've scored on them every time I've gotten the ball, eh?
Butler with split back.
Yeah, you've been pretty consistent, and they have been anything but.
Rolling.
Yeah, well, like I said, I see that. That's what I'm talking about, right? He almost burned you there too,
6-yard line.
with that halfback swing that turns into some kind of a streak up the sideline, right?
Under pressure. Gets the
That's
pass
all
off,
right, though.
And he drops the pass.
We were running 5-man coverage there, so.
Yeah, just that he's fast enough to outrun his man.
No, as long as somebody's there to make contact with him.
Only one
Yeah.
man in the backfield. Butler sends a man in motion.
Okay.
Penalty marker down on the field.
See, that's why I don't do the fake snap thing, because
Moved a little early there.
maybe you might make the defense jump early, but more often than not,
You make yourself jump
You'll
early.
make your own offensive line jump early, right?
Yep. That's why I don't do it either.
The quarterback lines up with two options behind him. Looks like he's changing the play. Rolling.
Okay, well, that was a badly thrown ball into a crowd.
Yeah, I can't say why he would have thrown that pass. Double coverage and then, I don't know.
Well, he basically threw a fastball into the ground, right, to protect it.
Gives the ball off. Hardy stops him at the 34. Interesting play call there.
And now they're punting. Do you want me to call a timeout?
Yeah, well, I don't know.
They would have turned it over with a pass play in that situation.
Yay or nay?
I wouldn't bother. But by the time this comes down, we're going to have it on our side of the field, and it's not that urgent that we score before the half anyway. I think we're going to win this game handily anyhow.
Here's the kick. And he signals
Unless they suddenly turn into monsters in the second half.
Yeah, things are looking pretty good for us so far.
It's first and 10. The home team come out in a nickel package. Gaffney with a man in motion. Hands it off. Jones stops him for negative yardage. Big tackle there for a loss and great pursuit.
Well, I have to run another play.
He knows how to prepare, and it really pays off when you make stops like that.
2nd and long coming up here.
Because they're actually going to make me run another play here. But I guess I'll run this play, and then, unless they call a timeout, this will be the last play of the half anyway.
Solo. Diving tackle to bring him down. Not much running room this time.
That'll do it.
Continuing their effort to establish
It's halftime.
the first half.
After the first 2 quarters of play, the score is
Time for the halftime stretch, and it's starting to look more and more likely that we're going to go undefeated, Recce 5X.
Indeed it is.
Yeah, we'll be right back.
And we're back.
Yes, and we get to return the kickoff for the start of the second half.
Very even time of possession. They just haven't really been successful on their side of the field.
Well, it's like they move the ball down a little ways, and then you figure out a way to stop them, right?
Like they did in the first half, you can chalk up another win.
As long as I can keep them around the 40-yard line, I'm happy.
Well, that's the thing, though, that I've commented on in past games, too, is that sometimes, especially if you're up against a strong offense, it might take you 3 or 4 plays or 5 plays to, like, make adjustments to counter what things that they're doing, right? But if you've got that time, like if they don't, start on the 40-yard line or something already, then you can make those adjustments and shut them down, right?
Either that or he's numb all over. And that's worse.
They went with the running play.
Well, that was another big run for a yard.
And break loose into the secondary.
It's 2nd down and 9 to go. Gaffney sends a man in motion.
Well, at least he didn't run for a loss.
Dropping back. Gets the pass
Wow.
off.
They had a lot of short zone
They had
coverage in that area.
they had a lot of guys playing short zones there. Like, wow, did they have
It really
a lot.
makes you wish that you had someone running deep on that play.
Yeah, really. Well, the thing is that due to the limitations of the players
Johnson,
on
the
this
motion
team,
man.
I don't throw deep as much as I do with other teams, right?
Looking downfield.
And it's not there this time anyways.
No, but that's
You have
okay.
to-
I had the slant.
At the 45. The move
Again.
that completion.
I'll tell
And you
he
needed
put
it.
That one right
Yeah.
on the money. They're just out there playing a little pitch and catch.
They can't get it done on the ground on 1st down, John, but they're still leading in this one.
Some teams
Well, that's
manage to
nothing
get
at
by
all
pretty well without a
unusual.
solid running
I
game.
can't get it
That's
done on the
mostly
ground
because their passing game
anyway.
is very effective, especially their short passing game.
Throwing on 1st down. Throwing. Great pass.
Yeah, we'll just stand in the pocket and wait for him to make his break and then throw it to
Done
him.
a good job finding holes in the secondary on his way to over 200 yards passing. They had to get a little
I'm over
inside
200
the
yards
45
passing
to convert for
already,
first
but
down.
Yep. You might even go 400 yards in this game if you keep up this pace.
yeah, well, especially if these guys keep playing this way too, right?
Gaffney with a man in motion.
Oh man,
Looking for a
is he ever wide open?
Oh my God! Why? Why would you play that coverage right now?
I don't know, but look at what happens though, right? Like, you know why they're playing this coverage? It's because they're blitzing, right? You see that these they've
Yep.
got him coming, and they got him coming plus 4 linemen. Right, this is some sort of like
Aggressive blitz.
a super hyper aggressive blitz. And to tell you the truth, I could have thrown it to this guy too, or, well, maybe not so much that guy, but I mean he was wide open because I think
There isn't anyone covering
They
him.
were playing 1 deep and they were sending 6 on the pass rush. They only had 4 guys in coverage, right? And it looks like this receiver just happened to be the guy who was uncovered by a man. And the safety can't make it over there from the middle spot to be able to do anything about that. That's a terrible defensive call to make against 4 wide receivers. Like,
comes into
wow.
attempt the point after. And it's up. And he
Well, that's all right. I'm sure the defensive coordinator will be retiring at the end of the season.
Yeah, with the sharp, pointy-toed boot of the GM up his you-know-what.
Decent kick. We should have a return. From the 7 to the 20.
Oh, we took a penalty on that
Oh
kickoff
my God!
return.
Another face mask.
He yanked his
Yeah.
and it cost him.
They put fucking stickum on the face masks this time.
Just been readjusted on his neck.
It's 1st and 10.
Well, now they're starting from the 40, so I guess we'll see how you do.
They've been very good rushing the ball on 1st down, but still trail.
Yeah, they're getting some solid blocking inside and outside.
Pressure coming. Throws it. Incomplete pass. Love got his hands up.
That was our defensive end coming in on the deep zone there.
Your defensive end back.
That's right.
Yeah.
My defensive end back.
That time he was right there in the secondary to tip the ball away.
That was thrown so quickly he didn't even have a chance to back up.
Yeah. Well, you were getting pretty good pressure there. I mean, if he hadn't ditched that ball when he did, he was going to get sacked.
Closing in with the pass. This
That one hit your defender in the back.
A little too soon, and it missed the mark. The pass rush almost got to him.
I don't think he ever had a chance to set his feet.
Think he's getting a little jumpy back there, or what?
Oh, maybe.
The quarterback gets set with only 1 back behind him. Pressure, throws it, jumps and makes the catch. Taylor makes the tackle. That's a 40.
Thing is they were playing. I was playing mixed man zone, and they were picking me apart.
Yeah.
And then I switched to a full man coverage, and that shuts them down. And then I play mixed man zone, and they tear me apart. And then I go full man coverage. And so this time I just came out in full man coverage.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there you go. Well, that was a pretty fast and easy touchdown the last time around.
They come out in the nickel. Fullback handoff. Big pop that time.
Well, 5 yards on a fullback run is pretty good.
Yeah.
6 yards on a fullback run.
Hey, did you know that both of our fullbacks are going to the Pro Bowl?
Nice. Well, with the number of passes they've caught, they'd better.
Calling an audible.
They also got a lot of touchdown runs this season, too.
On the carry. Misses tackle. Tucker with the stop at the 37. They went back to the
Well,
ball.
okay.
That just goes to show you that the coach trusts the guy to hang on to the ball.
As they get ready for this 3rd down play, we'll take a look at how they've done today.
3rd down is when you want your players to dig deep and make a
Wow.
clutch play.
Okay.
When you convert, it gives your defense a little extra rest, and it gives your offense a fresh set of downs to work with.
Carr comes in motion. Looking for a
Yeah, we'll
receiver.
have Phil do the little pass blocking back there, eh?
Solid hit. Just punch.
I'm sure he can get laid out as good as anybody.
Bumblebee in your helmet. You just can't get rid of him.
First
Oh.
down on that throw.
And they ran the perfect play to get those couple of yards.
So they have 1st and 10 here.
Edwards piling up the receiving yards today.
Johnson.
Okay, if I keep running sideways long enough.
Yeah, something will open up.
Wow.
Hey, you know what? Long plays like that take a long time off the clock, too.
Yeah.
play of this drive. They need about
The best defense is a slow offense.
Well, you know what? If I could have consistent success at it, I'd run the ball a lot more than I do, right?
Hutchinson goes in motion. Johnson. Jones makes the stop at the 36. Good gain there.
They were in those bad linebacker positions again, but I managed to plug the gap, eh?
Yep. Yeah, it looks like you're doing pretty good out there right now.
Yeah, well, this is probably just about the weakest defense that I've had to play against this season, right?
The home team come out in a nickel package.
Yeah, even cupcake teams do better.
Throwing on first down. Throws it.
Oh, pass defense.
Looks to be all right, though. He'll come out
Oh.
at least for a play or two.
Maybe he hurt himself during that. Hit himself so hard he hurt himself.
Yeah, maybe, eh?
And this is the 7th play of this drive. Edwards moves in motion.
Okay, I guess they just changed up their coverage a bit.
Guess you're throwing it to Phil. Oh, no, you're not. You're not throwing it to anyone.
I'm
here.
not throwing it to anybody. I'm just going to
Under pressure.
pull the ball down and make as much as I can out of this.
31-yard line.
I mean, there was a crossbody curl that you could have thrown.
Back it in.
No, I don't throw the ball back across my body into the middle of the field. Because in the last game, remember, I made a comment about that because you were chasing the Zombies quarterback around all over the place.
Yep.
And he kept rolling out and then throwing the ball back into the middle of the field. And I said sooner or later, he's going to throw an interception doing that because that's actually a pretty dangerous pass to throw. And 3 plays later, he threw an interception.
There he goes.
Look at you scrambling, man.
And he is bumped out of bounds at the 24.
Quarterback picks up a first down.
Well, thing is that I keep lining up and my pre-snap read here shows me that I should have somebody come open, but they've been all of a sudden, you know, like being real tricky about how they disguise their coverages and things, right?
But your quarterback is getting so fucking tired out there that you might have to bring in the backup guy.
And if I see something unexpected out there, well, I'm not going to throw the ball into it. Especially with a lead, right?
Pass play here on first down. Looking for a receiver with the pass.
Wow, is he ever wide open?
Oh my god. How do you not cover the first string wide receiver?
I don't know. I mean, keep in mind this guy has 79 speed, right? He might be the first string wide receiver, but he's still not, you know, if he were playing on the Crusaders, I'm not even sure he'd be in the top 4.
Well, it looks like they had a 1 deep and then he left the 1 deep. No, the 1 deep guy turned the wrong way. That's what it was.
Yep.
What a clown.
Well, thing is, though, you can't cover a corner route with a 1 deep safety anyway, because the 1 deep safety's always going to move toward the middle of his zone.
I mean, if he'd have turned the right way, at least, he would have been able to break that up. But,
but the thing is, though, his zone over here is like the center of his zone is approximately here.
Yeah.
Right? So he's going to basically turn and run toward that dot on the field.
He's a clown.
Well, no, it's the way the game's designed.
He's going to get this is the number of the player that you should cut.
Let's get back to the action on the field.
Well, maybe, but you know what? It's the way the game is designed. Zone defenses and zone defenders are very passive, right? And they don't actually react to the play until the ball's actually in the air.
And he reacted wrongly on top of that.
Well, because he had to turn around and go toward the center of his zone, and probably it just happened that the timing was just right on that when he turned around, I hadn't actually thrown the ball yet, right? Because if I had thrown the ball, then he would have made a break toward where the ball was going. But again, that's because there's no man coverage on that wide receiver, right?
Well, I always play man coverage on the wide receivers. There isn't a time when I'm not man covering the wide receivers.
Well, thing is, if you're going to play partial man, you better have at least 2 deep zones, right?
Or even 3. Lots of times I'll play 3.
John, their first down rushing average is very impressive.
Yeah, sometimes a strong
But even
running
so,
game doesn't always
even if you
translate
have
into
partial
scoring
man
power.
coverage and 2 deep zones, that's not really too much worse than playing a cover 2 zone, right? You know?
Just as soon as you snap the ball.
Especially if you press with the corners on the outside, right?
Great pass. Abraham stops him at the 36-yard line.
But when you play 1 deep, and if you don't have 5 man-to-man, you're dead, right? Like, you're going to give up a touchdown.
The quarterback gets set with only 1 back behind him.
Because that one guy can't defend the whole field, the whole deep field all by himself, right?
Yep.
Brings
You
him
know?
down at the 37. They're going to keep testing this rushing defense.
The guy seems to get stronger every time he touches the ball.
They'll play things tighter on the outside. Only 1 man in the backfield. Carpenter comes in
You know,
motion.
and even if I were in a position where I had to play with the vanilla playbooks, oh, look at that. The defenses that I would select would all have at a minimum 2 deep zone.
Yeah, you just set up your audibles and you wouldn't choose any of the plays that don't have 2 deep zones.
Yeah.
Sure have their hands full when they get out in this field.
Only 1 man back.
It would be just like when we were playing Madden 12, right? Like,
Yep.
basically every defensive play that I called was basically man coverage with 2 deep zones.
The quarterback has all the tools to look for. He just needs to be a little more
And that's all I
patient.
played for that entire season.
And every play I called was up the middle.
Yeah.
Here he comes again. The 5th.
Yeah,
Or
dive.
behind the center and the
Yeah,
guard.
dive play up the middle and man under 2.
Here's the punt.
The unstoppable Madden 12 strategy.
Oh, that I still can't believe how horrible that game was. I'm amazed that wasn't the end of the Madden franchise for EA. Like, I don't know, how could you produce such slop and get away with it?
Because people buy it every year?
Hands it off to the fullback.
I know, but why would they keep buying it?
I honestly think it must be something like they just don't even play it that much. Maybe people play 5-minute quarters, and maybe they play on the weekend with their buddies like 12 times or something,
Block right there.
and then that's it. And then next year it's time to buy the new Madden.
Well, I haven't bought one since Madden 11, and I would imagine you haven't bought one since Madden 12.
Yep.
And that's the way it's going to stay.
Up to the tailback.
I outran my blocker there.
He got hit so hard he darn near had to take a taxi back to the stadium.
Good game for the offense here in the second.
This is one of those guys who seems to play better as the game goes on. The more he gets the ball, the better he does.
Well, since we got a big lead, we'll run on 2nd down too, and we'll pass on 3rd down if we have to, right?
Hutchinson moves in motion. They give it to the halfback.
Nice.
Jones records the tackle at the 47. Johnson picks up some tough yards on the ground, and it's enough for a first down.
I don't know. I don't really think they were very tough yards. I mean, he kind of just stumbled forward 7 yards and then got tackled.
Yep.
But they was tough yards on the ground.
Well, I'm probably going to get stopped for a loss here, but in the interest of keeping the game clock running,
Hand it off.
In the interest of keeping the game clock running, you'll run for 4 yards.
yeah, well, you know what? I'm surprised I got that, but
He's going to feel that in the morning.
okay. We'll put in the second guy here.
They'll have to get the ball inside the 37
The wide receiver backer.
to convert.
Actually, when you look at his ratings, he's actually a fairly similar player to the starting halfback.
Yeah, he's pretty much identical.
Tosses it out to the left.
Wow, look at that.
Number 43 makes the play at
That toss play actually set up.
Well, you know what? This is the only toss play that I know of
Hey, nice job up
in
front.
this game
Hold
that
the
actually
clock
consistently
and allow him
works.
to get a good run for
Right.
a first down.
1st and 10. They come out of the nickel.
Well, looks like they have me a little outnumbered on the left side, so guess we'll try this side.
Johnson, the 30. Richard records the
Well, they're
stop
just
at the
giving up the
23-yard
rushing yardage now.
The move to change
Yep.
again after another long gain on the ground.
That's the most pass play or run plays I've run in a row in a long time, actually.
In like the entire season.
Changing the play now.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure these guys have to be like the weakest defense we played all season.
Yeah, well, ratings-wise, their defense is only ranked 2 points above ours, right?
Hands off to the tailback.
But they also
Jones
don't
makes
have the
tackle.
advantage of your brain behind them, right?
Play goes for
So,
about 6.
like, your brain does a lot to compensate for the, you know, lack of rating.
Well, because it's all about your strategy, right?
That's right.
The first down marker is just inside.
Oh, I can let the third quarter run out here.
At the end of 3, scores 35-31.
Al can't read the score either.
Oh my god.
He said it's 35-31.
Insurmountable lead in the ball in the red zone. The first
Al
down
doesn't
marker
have a
is just
clue.
inside
No.
the 13.
It's been a long season.
Yeah, well, you know, I imagine the fucking smoke is coming out of the box up there anyways, by now.
Yeah. I think they got enough guys on the line here that it's probably worth it to audible to this.
With the pass, he hits his receiver. Richard records the tackle.
See, whenever Al and John commentate a game, they turn off all the fire alarms, right?
Yeah, and the smoke detectors. They take the batteries out of the smoke detectors, eh?
The offense has been stepping it up on 3rd down all day.
Okay, sure, I'll try this.
Tosses it right.
Nope, not gonna make it.
He's brought down behind the line for a short loss.
Well, I guess they held you to a field goal.
But they're in
Yeah.
position to add to their lead.
Well,
that's
that's
what they
okay.
want to do. Control the ball and the clock.
To tell you the truth, I was just seeing if I really tried, if I could actually run the ball against these guys a little bit. And as it turns out, I guess I could. Just not well enough to get a touchdown.
And it's up. The veteran kicks it through.
No problem for him. Whatever the situation, he'll approach it the same way. Cool and smooth.
But that's okay.
The
It took me
visiting
just
team
about
have it
6.5
all working
minutes to
now
go
as they continue
57
to
yards.
expand their
So
lead.
I'm doing my part to play keep away and
From the 7-yard line.
keep my defense fresh.
The home team will start this drive from the 23-yard line. So they have 1st and 10 here. They'll play things tighter on the outside.
Red right, set, not, let's go,
Smith. The 30. Bird with the stop at the 30.
Well, they were trying to make something for themselves there, but
Well, that remaining unblocked safety, though, saved things because even though he didn't make the tackle, he forced that running back to slow up a little bit.
Quarterback gets set with only one back behind him.
And there's that unblocked outside guy again, right?
Outstanding defensive play.
He made a name for himself with plays like that. He's one of those guys that every defensive coordinator would love to have on his team. He's smart,
twin tight
plays with good
ends.
intensity, and he's a heck of a leader on and off the field.
Gets rid of it, and he hits his target. Dives and makes the tackle. He catches a floater for the first down.
And it's a good thing he caught it. You don't want to drop those passes.
Well, they've
that are
changed
sure
their
first down.
tactics a little bit
Corners are
again
moving
now,
up to
eh?
press the receivers.
A little bit, yep.
The quarterback lines up with 2 backs.
Oh,
behind
look
him.
at that. You managed to shoot through the gap yourself there.
What a move by the defensive
Yep.
lineman to get the sack.
I've had a couple of times where I was close in this game, but
Yeah, you finally got there.
And you still get the sack, you have two things. First, you have great coverage downfield. Second, you have guys up front.
Well, I think
That
he was
just looked like
throwing
a mess.
Yeah, he was throwing it into a crowd there.
Downfield as the pass ball's incomplete.
He had some room up in front of him to scramble out of the pocket and pick up a few yards. Maybe he should have done that.
Butler with split backs. Gets the pass off.
oh
Yeah,
man,
the safety looked a little confused out there, eh?
He's glad he made that catch.
But at least
I'm
he
sure
was
the
still
quarterback
playing the
will look
cushion,
that
so
way
he
again
didn't give up
when he needs
an
another
instant
first down.
touchdown.
They'll play things tighter on the outside.
Here we go! Here we go! Knockdown!
The backs are lined up in an eye. Flings it to the outside. Behind him, but he has it.
he outran the flat zone guy there, but
20.
Yeah.
Butler completes the pass. Good pickup, about 7 yards. First down marker just inside the 17.
Well, that guy has definitely been their best player on offense, though, this game.
Smith, the lone back. With the throw. The defender's got it.
Oh, look at that.
Wrap him up.
nice.
He forced
Yeah.
that one just
Well, that's
enough.
again, that's
Defense
that
was there
press
to
man
pick it
coverage,
off.
right?
Defensive
Yep.
coordinator knows their tendencies.
And that time he ended up on the inside of that slant by the looks of it.
Well, you know what? If they keep forcing the ball in
Following
like
the
that,
interception, it's now
sooner or
first
later,
and 10.
the defense will come up with it, eh?
Well, and also too, you end up with some players in some really weird positions after a jam has occurred, right?
Yeah.
Richards
The thing is, though, the
records the
AI
stop at the
quarterback
29.
will
2-yard gain.
attempt throws that I would not even consider, right?
Yep.
It's second down and 7.
Yeah, they throw it in the double coverage all the time, and I'm pretty sure what they do is they try to like do it like based off of like micro positioning of the player inside or out.
Yeah.
But it's like, you know what? I'm not going to try to read something like that. Like that's insane.
Oh, that guy beat his man.
Just don't throw it into double coverage. It's a bad idea.
Yep. Well, I guess now we have to throw some sort of a pass.
You want him out there in every snap. He's smart, he plays with leverage, and you can count on him to make the big defensive play.
No, you
just
beat your
when
season
need it.
average.
Yeah. Well, you know, I've been having a good day on the ground today.
Third down for the offense, and we'll see if that continues here. He's looking.
And we'll throw the ball deep to Phil, and Phil catches the
Holy
deep
fuck.
pass.
Jones with the tackle at the 47.
He doesn't even have a 50 catching rating.
Yep, but he caught
He
that
may
deep
actually
pass.
be better when he moves
How the
For the
fuck?
first
That was a
down.
linebacker covering him. It must have been.
He's
I
good.
don't know. Let's see here. Well, I caught them in mid-switch here, right? Because this guy was lined up across from him, and it looks like he's trading with him. So basically, number 25 there got caught out of position, even though he didn't play this badly, but because I didn't give him a chance to move all the way across so that he was lined up directly across from Phil.
Yep.
You know, like he's still over here when I
he's
snapped the
still
ball.
trying to migrate.
And then he bumped into his own man there. And they're still playing a one deep zone, right? Like that's a one deep zone suicide, right?
That's the Pigeons classic.
And we go back to
Yeah.
the game.
One deep zone.
Suicide by one deep zone, yeah. Like,
So they
I don't
have
know,
first
after
and
being
10
burned as much as they have been in this game through the air,
You'd think they'd stop playing one
yeah,
deep
you'd
zone.
think that they would stop playing one deep.
Gaffney with a man
They
in
did
motion.
stop sending like 7-man blitzes at you, though.
Yeah.
Throwing on first down.
I don't really know if that's better or worse.
What a collision.
Okay, well,
He takes the catch anyway.
I didn't
Not
mean to do
much
that. I
there.
pressed the wrong button, but okay. I just completed a pass for -1 yard.
It's second down and a long way to go.
Yeah, but look at his hands, man, and look at the run he gets after the catch.
You had to get a run after the catch just to get -1 yards. It would have been like -5.
What a
otherwise.
fantastic receiver this is.
Yeah. Actually, he did a good job of catching
It was a
that.
good delivery by the quarterback. Right, we're just going to start being like John
That,
out
that
there.
play was generally a pooch screw all the way around, okay?
Hey, you know what? pass plays for -1 yards make John happy because he thinks they were successful passes for 255 yards.
Yeah.
Consistent success on third down, which they've had, usually
Okay, well, I think they have
translates into a win.
entirely enough
changing
players
the play.
clustered into the middle of the field there.
Time to toss it to Hutchinson.
Gonna try.
Dropping back on the run, and he hits his target. The visiting team.
He's the best
Striking
receiver
in for
out
their
there.
Second long third down conversion on this drive.
Well, this worked okay last time. Maybe we'll try it again.
It's like they shifted in to let you set it up too.
Comes in motion.
Well, we'll see.
Hand it off.
That
the
safety was really
yeah.
alert though.
43.
Yeah, the safety came up.
At the
Other than that, though, the
37-yard
play
line.
wasn't
Gain of
executed
about a
too
yard.
badly, except that it seems like the left guard is not quite as good a player as the right guard, eh? Although that being said, in his defense, he had to get around the center that got pushed way back into the backfield.
That's right. Yep.
So let's pick up the action. 8th play of this drive. 9 yards to go.
Wide, wide. Lucy, Lucy. Talk back. Talk back. Get up, get up. Roger, Roger.
Edwards goes in motion. Tosses it out to the right.
Wow.
Johnson couldn't pick up any.
Well, you know
blocking
what?
on that
Whatever. It keeps the clock
Defense is
running.
always very
Yeah,
aggressive
I
when
guess I'm
defending
pretty
the
much
run.
just screwing around at this point, right?
Get off their blocks very quickly.
Well, you're not making your rushing average worse than what it's been on the season. That's for sure.
Yeah, true. Well, the Lifers managed to finish 0 and
Come out in a
16.
dime package.
16. Watch him out there. Watch.
He's looking. Gets the
Phil
pass off.
catches the third down
Jones
pass
pulls him
again.
down at the
And now he's
21.
hurt.
Oh well, that's okay. He did his job.
Yeah, we can put a tight end out there who will be better at his job than he is.
Yeah.
Nobody actually cares if Phil got hurt.
10th play of this drive. They're within striking distance here.
Poor Phil.
Check two. Check two.
He's doing his best to convince you to re-sign him next season. And you're just not appreciating his efforts.
I mean, if we don't draft more wide receivers, I might re-sign him.
Again with the run.
It depends on what I can convert our running backs into. If they work out better as wide receivers, or if they work out better as tight ends. Because I'll also want to draft more running backs.
Eleventh play of this drive.
We'll definitely
9
be
yards
looking
to go.
for a Kelvin Allen-like individual.
Yeah, well, isn't that something that we look for every year?
Listen, I'm just saying that you should probably consider drafting a couple linebackers, okay?
Hutchinson. comes in motion.
Well, you know what? I could not snap the ball while he was moving for some reason.
Yeah, he got out there a little late.
And they'll bring
No,
it
I think
back
what
because of
happens
that
in this
infraction.
formation is the wide receiver has to move up and do the firm 2-foot plant.
Yeah, I think you're right. You can't see it here, though, because it doesn't show replays of penalties.
Oh, okay.
But you're right.
And welcome back.
Yeah, because I was in I formation big, right?
Yep,
Yeah.
you're right.
After the penalty, it's now 2nd and long.
Get up, D. Get up.
The home team.
Come on, move
come out
there,
in a
you.
nickel package. He surveys the field, throws it. With the adjustment, he has it. And he just got level.
Yeah, you know that whole deal about what happens when
Okay, hopefully we'll have a little bit more time.
Well, the unstoppable
Guess what? They were
force
playing
won
one
that
deep there again.
Yeah, I know, but I didn't have time to do anything
Within scoring distance.
because I barely managed to get that play off.
Ah, looks like Phil will be fine. He just had to walk it off.
Yeah, he'll be okay.
They expect that he'll take a series or two off, then return to the field.
All right, Jill, thank you for the update. Surveying the field with the pass.
Oh, okay.
Perfect pass. Hurdles.
Touchdown!
Gaffney puts the ball in the exact spot.
Bennett's going to the Pro Bowl, right? He's the leading receiver on the team, actually.
In spite of being the second string guy.
Yeah, well, the thing is, though, I use either wide receiver 1 or wide receiver 2 pretty much equally. You know, like I tend to spread the ball around more in the passing game than you do.
Yeah, well, I mean, I throw it to all 3 tight ends.
Yeah, I know, but like I'll typically hit 7 or 8 players with passes in a game, right?
And the halfback gets his fair share of passes.
And quite often, I'll have multiple players with like 3 or 4 catches too, right?
Nice kick. Plenty of distance. From the 7-yard line to the 20. An interception brought the last drive to an abrupt end. They'll do a better job, I think, of protecting the ball this time around. First and 10. Looks like they'll play bump and run on the outside.
Base lock on. Get him down.
Butler using split backs. They'll pass on first down. With the throw, incomplete.
Wow.
They dropped additional people into the
Yeah, a bit aggressive play there.
An excellent pass rush.
Well, they're trailing 45-3. I mean, you know, they're probably going to try and complete as many passes as they can here.
Oh, I meant aggressive play from the defense.
Oh,
This one falls incomplete.
I don't know. I don't mind it too much if it's like that kind of situation, because at least you had the safety playing back there behind that guy. What drives me nuts is when they make that kind of play when there's no one there to help, right? Because then if they miss, they give up a touchdown.
You have to call a play that is best suited for him. I don't think they're doing that.
Very solid defensive effort to force the 3 and out. Here's the kick.
And they've given up.
Not to return this one.
Yep. They've given up. That being said, they did have a respectable 8-8 season, right?
2-minute warning coming up.
I think I'm gonna that toss play that I drew in this formation. I think I'm gonna redraw that as like a delay handoff or something, because it just seems like every time I try to run that toss, they just jump on it right away, right? Well, that was a good long run.
Yep.
Johnson has been clearly a big
That'll take it down to 2 minutes.
Has over 125 yards rushing.
Hey, he's cracked the 100-yard mark in this game.
Right on.
Who'd have thought that would happen? It's probably like the first time
2
this
minutes
season.
to go.
They've allowed 522 yards in this game so far. Wow.
Blue, 58.
Another run. Big hit on the ball carrier.
And when you talk about
There, that's how I deal with those linebackers sitting in these gaps like that.
Yep.
Is I just try to run through this gap instead, right? Because even though nobody really blocks him, I get a little bit of that cheesy Walmart blocking going on, because he's trying to shoot this gap, right? And if I can make it around number 67 there to the inside, well, then I've got a little bit of room to run
And we go back to the game.
up the middle.
I mean, let's be fair, too, though. If he actually managed to shoot that gap, that would be worse for him and better for you.
17.
True. But that's why I'm trying to do that, because I figured that if I can get away from him, then I can run past him upfield. Yeah, after he runs right by me, right? But then again, though, you know, I'm so lousy at running that maybe I'm just making that shit up too.
Gaffney sends a man in motion. He sees something in the defense. Tosses it right.
Okay, well, we didn't get such a good block from the wide receiver there, but oh well.
It is what it is. Yeah, he looked a lot like
Field goal range
fucking
now.
the
So as they
Crusaders'
get set
right
to try
tackle
to
out there.
convert, here's what both teams have done on third down.
Third down conversions
yeah,
are
no, is
usually
the
a
Crusaders'
good
right
barometer of
tackle
how well
really
your
that
offense is
bad?
playing.
Yeah, he's a
It means
pretty
your offense
awful
is making
player.
Big plays when they need them.
Well, we're just going to run the clock down here and then try running the ball. We'll see if Clay can run that corner off a little bit. Assuming we can get that linebacker block too.
To carry it. Breaks free of the defense.
Okay,
Big
well, that
pop
worked kind of
time.
okay.
Boom. Now that is big-time football.
Nothing doing on that running play, so they'll probably send in the kicker.
I guess I could
When
try
you've
a
got
field
the
goal
lead,
here,
You
hey?
don't have to try anything.
Yeah, might as well.
You just tack on the 3 and put the game in your defense's hands.
I wonder if I held the button down until the time clock ran out, if it would automatically snap the ball.
Nope. It'll
No.
actually run
It
out.
only does that with the play clock, eh?
That's right, yep.
Okay.
The kick is up. No doubt about that one.
Easy game. Putting it away.
Yep. 16-0. Did you think we'd go 16-0 at the start of this?
I
we-
had my doubts with the 20 drop passes.
Yeah, well, we did lose a game in the exhibition, right? Like we lost
Yep.
one of our exhibition games because we got 20 drop passes in one game.
And you also had a couple of games with more than 10 drop passes this season as well.
I think I had several games with more than 10 drop passes in this season, actually. I'm pretty sure if you look at the receiving statistics for the league, the first 5 guys for most drop passes in the league will probably be on our team. But anyway, here we go. That's probably season high for rushing yards for me.
Yep.
And just another day at the office for passing. And of course, as usual, you're pretty stingy against both the run and the pass.
Well, they were basically like easy mode out there, man.
Yeah.
Easiest game I played all season.
And we managed to widen the time of possession gap because they almost didn't even have the ball in the second half because of the success I had on the ground. Oh, look at that. Joe Simpson.
I bet you he got in there because Gaffney,
Gaffney
was
was tired. Yeah, and he actually went 2 for 2 for 4 yards. He's our third string guy, right? I must have had that quarterback sub in there, right? By accident or something. But Gaffney threw for 354 yards and 5 touchdowns, completed 86% of his passes. So we had a total of 31 pass attempts, which is kind of low for me for a game. But we did have 39, well, although I guess you could say 37 running attempts because these two were both scrambles, right? But we had some success on the ground this time around. And there's Edwards having a good day. Rob Williams.
Yep.
Really?
Really?
Rob.
Really?
Like Robin Williams?
Yeah, like Rob Williams.
Yeah, my God. It's funny how some of these names come out randomly, right?
Well, that's okay. Rob Williams is a lot better than when O.J. Simpson gets generated.
Yeah. So anyway, as you can see, I threw at least one pass to like 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 players, right? Like I do spread the ball around a lot and give a lot of people chances to catch passes, right? Rob Williams had a pretty good day catching the ball today.
Yep.
With a 20.3 average, although he still has to go a little ways to beat Shields.
I don't think anybody's beaten Shields. I think that's why Shields is going to the Pro Bowl.
Yeah, he's a pass-catching fullback. I only had 2 drop passes in this game, too. Although Rob Williams did have the longest pass reception in the game at 46 yards.
The highlight of his career.
Yeah. That was because he's the guy who came wide open on that corner route that no one was covering him on, right? Yeah. And I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 completions at least of 20 yards or more, right? That's rough. That's your defense is having a rough day when you give up that many long passes, right?
Yep.
And defensively, Jimmy Taylor, who is going to the Pro Bowl, got 11 tackles and an interception. And then Vince Freeborg got 2 sacks to round out his season. So I don't know whether you achieved your goal of 60.
Yeah, probably not.
Because he only got 1 sack in the last game, right?
Yeah, we're probably short.
Yeah.
The game throttled us at the end.
Yep. So anyway, other than that, it was the usual 2 guys that were the standouts here, and then everyone else basically just kind of had that day at the office. Although Love got a sack in this game.
That was me who got that sack.
Yeah. Not only that, but Taylor had 5 pass knockdowns. Wow, that's a busy day.
They just kept throwing it at him, I guess.
Yep. Didn't punt today at all. Didn't return any punts either. And the Pigeons, Charles Butler threw for 152 yards, completed 51% of his passes. Through 1 interception. And Benny Smith, you held him to 3.8 yards per carry.
Yeah, he's slippery, but he's not that bad to look after. He's not the fastest running back we were up against.
With 15 carries, like they didn't give him the ball enough either, especially early in the game. If I had this guy on my team, I'd be feeding him the ball until the other team, established that I was not going to be able to run successfully at all. But so long as I could get in the neighborhood of 4 yards per carry out of the guy, I'd keep handing him the ball. See, he caught 4 passes for 20 yards too, right? He was probably their best offensive player, for sure.
Seems like it.
They had 2 drops, both by the fullback, who is also a rookie.
Well, that's not really a surprise.
No. They only completed 1 pass longer than 20 yards, so there you go. And that's, as usual, it's their free safety, their cornerback that led the way in the tackle department. And 8 tackles for a loss. And 2 pass deflections. 1 forced fumble, but it rolled out of bounds. And they kicked 1 field goal. Otherwise, you pitched a shutout in this game. So there you go. Who's the player of the game? It's probably Gaffney again.
Probably.
Yeah, because quarterback check plus throwing 5 touchdown passes will do that, right? So anyway, that's the end of the regular season. So I guess we'll be back in the divisional playoff game.
Indeed.
Yeah, so until then,
I'm Rec V5.
and I am the Mad Bomber.
Have a good one.